Well, well, well. Do you know? You didn't just fight their monster, you dismantled it. You broke the creature they swore was untouchable, the beast they had polished, trained, and armed with every dark weapon they could summon. That monster was their pride, their insurance, their masterpiece of intimidation. And now, it lies in ruins, twitching in defeat, a carcass of wasted strategy. What they called unstoppable turned into your warm-up exercise. And here's the part that rattles them the most. You didn't just win, you made it look easy. That's why their army is trembling, not because you fought, but because you exposed how fragile their strongest weapon really was. Understand this. When you humiliate their champion, you don't just win a battle, you detonate their confidence. Their entire structure was built around the illusion that this monster would guard them forever. It wasn't just a body. They wrapped their reputations, their authority, their unity around it. Every whispered warning, every subtle threat they threw at you was a shadow cast by that beast. Now the shadow is gone, and what's left? Cowards with banners they no longer have the courage to carry. Their voices shake because they know the truth. If their monster couldn't touch you, what chance do they have? You think they'll admit it openly? No, they'll dress it up. They'll claim strategy, timing, an accident, anything to avoid the reality that you are the one who broke what they built. But behind the curtains, behind closed doors, they are in panic. Their generals exchange looks. Their soldiers shift uncomfortably. Their allies begin to whisper betrayal. When an army loses its monster, it doesn't just lose strength. It loses belief. And belief is what makes them march, shout, and obey. You have shattered the spell that bound them together. Look closely at their faces now. Do you see how quickly admiration for the beast has turned to doubt in leadership? The very commanders who screamed its praises are now scrambling to distance themselves from its fall. They hide their hands. They rewrite their roles. They pretend they never depended on it. But their lies are transparent. You exposed the truth. Their power was never theirs. It was borrowed, outsourced to that monster. Without it, they are naked, shivering in their own weakness. And here's where the fun begins. Armies don't collapse in an instant. They rot from the inside. You've already infected them with doubt. Soldiers are whispering, "If that thing couldn't stop you, why should we fight?" Officers are calculating exit routes, waiting for the right moment to flee. Even their supporters outside the battlefield, the ones who watched from safe towers, are suddenly questioning the value of allegiance. It's one thing to lose a soldier. It's another to lose the very symbol of invincibility. You didn't just kill their monster. You assassinated their hope. This is the psychology they don't want you to understand. People don't follow orders. They follow illusions. And you've ripped the illusion apart. Their army isn't afraid of weapons anymore. They're afraid of you. Not because you're unpredictable, not because you're violent, but because you revealed the hollowness of their strongest defense. You walked straight through what was supposed to be an impenetrable wall. And in doing so, you've shown every soldier that the wall was paper thin. Do you realize how terrifying that is for them? Not the battle itself, but the aftershock, the endless paranoia that comes from knowing their greatest shield was nothing against you. And don't think they haven't tried to rewrite the narrative already. In their chambers, their spin doctors are scrambling to explain away the disaster. They'll say you cheated. They'll claim the monster wasn't at full strength. They'll whisper that you only got lucky. But propaganda can't glue back a shattered mirror. The soldiers who saw it crumble know what they saw. They know the monster fought at full rage, and still you walked away while it collapsed. No amount of excuses can erase that image. Now listen carefully. When you break their monster, you inherit its throne. Whether you want it or not, every pair of eyes that once stared in fear at the beast is now staring at you. They studied it, tracked it, relied on it. Now they'll study you. They'll whisper your name the way they once whispered its. You are now the new measuring stick. And that terrifies them even more. Because unlike their monster, you don't belong to their chain of command. You don't take orders from their generals. You are an independent force, an untamed ruler. And armies don't know how to fight rulers they can't control. That's the beauty of this victory. It's not just destruction, it's replacement. You've become the nightmare they thought they had mastered. Their monster was loud, predictable, built from strategies they understood. You are none of those things. You are not an experiment in their labs, not a soldier in their ranks. You are something beyond their blueprint. That's why they're shivering, because they can't calculate you, can't program you, can't leash you. If their greatest monster was just a pet compared to you, what does that make them? Stray dogs begging for scraps. And here's the brutal reality. They can't even mourn their monster properly. Mourning would mean acknowledging its death, and acknowledgement would mean confessing your superiority. So instead, they're stuck in denial. Watch them. Some act like the monster still lives, clinging to illusions. Some pretend they never cared about it, erasing years of devotion. Others blame each other, pointing fingers, tearing alliances apart. And all the while, the truth burns in their chest. You crushed what was supposed to crush you. Now you need to see the bigger pattern. Crushing the monster was never just about the fight. It was about exposing the architecture of fear they built around it. They wanted you small, obedient, intimidated. They wanted you staring at the beast in awe, too paralyzed to make a move. But you didn't just fight back. You inverted the gaze. You forced their army to watch you instead. You shifted the spotlight. And now every soldier is asking themselves, if our ultimate weapon was just theater, what else have we been lied to about? That's how revolutions start. Not with speeches, but with humiliations. Armies don't collapse because their enemies are strong. They collapse because they lose faith in their own invincibility. And that's exactly the infection you've released into their ranks. This isn't just a victory, it's a slow burn implosion. They'll crumble piece by piece, rank by rank, until all that's left is a memory of an army that once believed it could rule through fear. And when they finally break, they'll know it wasn't destiny, it wasn't misfortune, it was you. Let me hammer this deeper. Their monster was more than muscle. It was a psychological cage, and you broke the lock. That's why you can't stop now. You need to understand that the cage still exists in the minds of those soldiers. Some of them are still loyal, some are still afraid, but cracks are spreading, and you are the hammer that keeps widening those cracks. You've already done the impossible. You've proven they can be broken. Now you press forward, not with desperation, but with certainty. Because you've already climbed the tallest wall, everything else is rubble. So now we arrive at the most dangerous stage, the aftermath. You crushed their monster. The army is fractured, trembling, exposed. But here's the paradox. This is when they become the most desperate. Because cornered dogs bite the hardest. They know they can't defeat you head-on. They know their numbers are meaningless without belief. So what do? They scatter, they sabotage, they betray one another. And sometimes, They attempt one last reckless charge, hoping chaos will cover their weakness. This is where you need to be sharper than ever, because their ruin is already written. The only question is whether you'll let their desperation wound you before the collapse is complete. They will come at you in unpredictable bursts now, not with strategy, not with unity, but with the chaos of fear. Watch carefully. Notice how their moves lack rhythm, how their attacks lack coordination. That's what panic does. It replaces discipline with noise. They will shout louder, swing harder, but all of it without aim. The monster gave them direction, and now direction is gone. Without it, they're reduced to flailing shadows, hoping one blind strike might land. And while they flail, you stand still, calculating, patient, refusing to waste your energy on their frenzy. Because patience in this moment is power, and recklessness is suicide. Their leaders know this collapse is happening, but pride keeps them from admitting it. Instead of surrendering, they issue desperate commands, orders that contradict each other, commands that weaken their own ranks. Do you see it? One general tells his soldiers to hold the line. Another screams for retreat. A third insists on revenge. The soldiers hear every order, but trust none of them. Loyalty fractures. Suspicion spreads. And while they argue among themselves, your very existence is the reminder that none of their plans matter. You crushed their strongest weapon, so every strategy now feels like theater, and they know it. Let me sharpen the knife deeper. When you humiliate an army's ultimate monster, you don't just cripple their strength, you poison their hierarchy. Because rank and authority are built on the promise of protection. Soldiers obey generals only as long as they believe generals can keep them alive. But now, that belief is shattered. They saw their monster fall, and with it, the illusion of safety. So tell me, why would a soldier risk his neck for a general who already proved powerless? Why would he march forward when his leaders couldn't even protect the beast they swore was invincible? He wouldn't. And that's why cracks are turning into chasms. This is the aftermath. They are now their own worst enemy. Every whisper among them is suspicion. Who failed? Who betrayed us? Who let the monster fall? Soldiers begin blaming generals. Generals blame soldiers. Allies blame each other. And while they tear themselves apart in confusion, your victory expands without you lifting a finger. You don't need to fight every soldier. You just needed to crush the symbol. You detonated the core, and the shockwaves are doing the rest. Their own paranoia is eating them alive. But do not misunderstand me. Just because they're broken doesn't mean they're harmless. Desperate armies lash out. They will aim at your reputation, your allies, your environment. They know they cannot destroy you physically, so they'll attempt sabotage. They'll spread lies, hoping to corrode the perception of your victory. They'll burn bridges, hoping isolation weakens you. They'll even sacrifice their own soldiers as bait, sending them in waves to exhaust your focus. But every attempt will fail, because the foundation of their campaign is already ruined. You proved they cannot protect what matters most to them, and that proof is irreversible. Let's analyze the psychology here. Desperation breeds exposure. In their frantic attempts to harm you, they reveal their weakness. They show the world that their empire is crumbling. They expose their divisions. They broadcast their fear. And the more they lash out, the clearer it becomes. They're not avenging a loss. They're prolonging their death. Every reckless attack they launch is another piece of evidence that they've lost control. And you don't react emotionally. You let their chaos scream louder than your words. Because in warfare, the loudest one is usually the weakest. Now let's talk about perception. Armies are fueled not only by soldiers, but by watchers, by allies, by onlookers, by those who stand at the edges waiting to see who wins. These observers once believed in the monster. They saw it as proof of power. But you crushed it, and now those observers are reconsidering their loyalties. Because people don't bet on losers. They shift allegiance to the side that demonstrates undeniable dominance. And right now, that side is you. You're no longer just the survivor. You are the new axis around which allegiances turn. Their ruin isn't just internal, it's external, as allies quietly distance themselves, redirecting their loyalty toward you. That's the paradox of your victory. They thought crushing you would solidify their power, but crushing their monster destroyed it instead. And the more they struggle to save face, the more they look like clowns in their own theater. You don't even have to expose them. Their own actions do it for you. The more desperate they become, the more transparent their weakness. And weakness, once revealed, cannot be unseen. No soldier wants to fight for a collapsing empire. No ally wants to invest in a sinking ship. Their army isn't just in ruins, it's radioactive, repelling those who once stood close. But here's where your role sharpens. You must step into the vacuum. Crushing their monster was only step one. Step two is claiming the psychological territory left behind. You need to occupy the space that their monster once filled. When soldiers look for direction, their eyes should find you. When allies look for protection, they should see your shadow instead. This is how dominance is solidified, not just through destruction, but through replacement. And make no mistake, you are already replacing them. Their collapse is not just the end of their story, it's the beginning of your empire. Still, you must be vigilant, because their commanders will not go quietly. Pride is a drug, and they are overdosing on it. Even as their ranks collapse, they will attempt one last show of defiance. They will gamble everything on a final stand, not because they believe in victory, but because they fear irrelevance. Watch for it. A desperate strike, an illogical campaign, a suicidal offensive. This is their death rattle. They would rather burn their own ranks than admit defeat. And here's the secret. You don't need to meet them with equal force. You don't need to throw yourself into their chaos. You just need to outlast it. Because desperation always consumes itself. So what should you do? Stay composed. Every frantic move they make is an advertisement of your superiority. Let them claw, let them scream, let them destroy themselves in their confusion. You hold the higher ground now, not just strategically, but psychologically. You are the fixed point they cannot shake, the proof that their strongest creation fell to you. Their soldiers see it, their allies see it, even their commanders see it, though they'll never admit it. The world has shifted, and you are the new gravitational center. You are no longer the hunted, you are the measure by which strength is judged. Remember this, armies collapse not when the enemy is strongest, but when belief dies. You didn't just defeat their monster, you murdered their belief. That's why their banners hang heavy, why their voices crack, why their formations crumble. They cannot fight with conviction anymore. They march with doubt, and doubt spreads faster than fire. It contaminates every rank, every order, every plan. They can sharpen swords, they can polish shields, but none of it matters. Once belief is gone, the war is already lost, and belief isn't coming back, not after what you did. They can deny, they can scream, they can rewrite history, but the soldiers saw it. The monster fell, you walked away, and that truth is carved into their memory like stone. It will haunt them forever. Every night they close their eyes, they will see it. Every time they try to rally, the ghost of that defeat will whisper in their ears. Their army is not just in ruins, it is cursed by memory, and memory is the one enemy they cannot erase. This is why your position now is untouchable. You don't need to prove yourself again. The proof already exists. The monster's carcass is your monument. Their ruins are your trophy. And no matter how they spin it, no matter how they resist, they cannot undo what's been done. You are the destroyer of their strongest force, the breaker of their unity, the one who revealed the truth. You are the walking reminder of their weakness, and every breath they take in your presence tastes like defeat. So understand the stage you're on now. They are collapsing, but the collapse is noisy. Desperate armies scream as they fall. They'll try to distract you, to make you believe the war is still alive. Don't fall for it. Their noise is not power. It's the sound of breaking bones. Their chaos is not strategy. It's the stench of fear. You've already won the core battle. Now you simply let the ruins finish crumbling. You hold your ground and let their desperation devour them. That is how you turn one victory into total domination. And soon, you'll see the final shift. The soldiers who once carried their banners will begin to drift toward you. Not out of loyalty, not out of morality, but out of raw recognition. They will see where strength lies, and they will want to stand near it. That's human nature. People don't worship weakness. They worship the one who broke it. And whether you want followers or not, they're coming. Because you crushed the monster, and in doing so, you became the only figure worth believing in. Their ruins are not just their end. They are your coronation, but coronations are never quiet. They are messy, contested, dripping with resistance. The commanders, stripped of their monster, will try to reclaim control with words sharper than swords. They'll shout that you are a pretender. They'll whisper that you are dangerous. They'll scheme in corners, convincing themselves that if they can't rule with a beast, they can at least poison the throne you now stand on. But here's the truth they choke on. No matter how many speeches they give, no matter how many accusations they throw, their army doesn't listen anymore. Authority dies the moment belief dies, and you murdered belief when you murdered their monster. So now their leaders face the mirror, and they hate what stares back. Because without the beast, without the illusion of invincibility, they are nothing but men and women in uniforms that no longer command respect. They were lions, only because they had a cage to unleash. Now they are just handlers without an animal. And what is a handler without a beast? Irrelevant, replaceable, forgotten. That is their new destiny, irrelevance. And irrelevance to people who built their whole existence on fear is worse than death. That's why they will resist you to their last breath. Not because they believe they can win, but because they cannot stomach vanishing into obscurity. They will conspire. They will unite with old enemies. They will spend every drop of their pride to claw back relevance. And in doing so, they will only prove your dominance. Because when your opponents obsess over you, when every waking moment of theirs is devoted to stopping you, what does that make you? The center of their world. Even in rebellion, they crown you as their master. This is why your victory is not just military, it is psychological, spiritual, total. They thought they could define you as prey, as victim, as cautionary tale. But by destroying their monster, you rewrote the script. Now you are the definition, the benchmark, the force they measure themselves against. Every insult they throw, every attempt they make only reinforces that you are the axis. And that's the cruel irony. They can't escape you. The harder they resist, the deeper they sink into your orbit. You crushed their monster, but the truth is, you crushed their identity. Look at the battlefield now. Soldiers wandering without orders, commanders arguing without followers, allies withdrawing without warning. What was once a structured machine of intimidation is now a scattered mess of fragments, and each fragment gravitates toward you. Some out of fear, some out of awe, some out of sheer survival instinct. But all of them acknowledge, even if silently, that you are now the dominant presence. Their banners are torn, but their eyes are fixed on you. You didn't just defeat an army, you inherited it. And this inheritance carries a dangerous weight, because power vacuum always attracts opportunists. You will see figures rise from the rubble, claiming they were never truly loyal to the old order, pretending they were on your side all along. They'll try to attach themselves to your momentum, to ride your wave. And you must decide who deserves to stand near you and who deserves to be cast aside. Because not every follower strengthens you. Some are parasites, clinging to your rise while carrying the stench of their old loyalty. This is the stage where judgment matters more than force. But don't be fooled by their sudden allegiance. Remember, they once worshipped the monster. They once cheered for its roar, believing it would crush you. Their shift is not morality, it's gravity. They move toward power because that's what humans do. Do not mistake recognition for loyalty. Do not mistake admiration for love. What they offer you is not devotion, but confirmation. Confirmation that you stand where their leaders once stood. Only higher, only stronger, only untouchable. Take the recognition, but never the illusion that they are yours, because they are not. They are merely shadows drawn to the fire. This is the paradox of conquering. The more you rise, the more crowded your throne becomes. Everyone wants to stand near the king who proved indestructible, and yet the true crown is carried not by the crowd, but by the scars. Remember what brought you here. It wasn't applause, it wasn't adoration. It was the moment you looked at the monster and refused to bow. That refusal is your crown. That defiance is your throne. The ruins of their army are just evidence of what you already were, a ruler who needs no validation. And now the commanders, the remnants of broken pride, will face their last trial. Watch them carefully. They will try to rally one final stand, not with soldiers, but with manipulation. They will frame themselves as martyrs, victims of your brutality. They will cry that you are the real monster, hoping to twist the narrative, hoping to pull sympathy from the weak-hearted. But the truth cannot be erased. Everyone saw what happened. Everyone knows who built the beasts and who destroyed it. Their cries will echo, but they will echo hollow. Because in the theater of power, results speak louder than stories, and your result is undeniable. Now the world watches the ruins. And the question isn't whether you won. The question is what you will do with victory. Will you simply stand over the rubble, satisfied with destruction? Or will you take the ruins and build something that dwarfs their empire? Because this is the final stage of domination, not just breaking the old, but forging the new. And here's the secret. Your throne isn't built from gold or banners. It's built from memory. Every soldier remembers the fall of the monster. Every ally remembers the collapse of the army. Every commander remembers the humiliation of irrelevance. That memory is your fortress. That memory is indestructible. So when they whisper about you in the years to come, it won't be about the monster. It will be about the one who crushed it. It will be about the empire that fell, and the figure who stood untouched in its ashes. You've become a legend they cannot rewrite, no matter how hard they try. Their ruins have immortalized you. You are not a chapter in their story. They are a footnote in yours. And still, the remnants of their pride will try to regroup. They'll scavenge weapons, form secret pacts, pray for revenge. But deep down, they know it's futile. Because once an army collapses from within, it never returns to its old strength. You cannot rebuild belief once it's shattered. You cannot resurrect a monster once it's buried. All they can do now is haunt themselves with dreams of what they lost. Their lives will be divided into two eras, before you and after you. And every soldier who fought under their banners will forever carry that scar. You, on the other hand, carry no scar. You carry proof. Proof that monsters fall. Proof that armies collapse. Proof that power, when tested, bends before you. And that proof is worth more than crowns, more than thrones, more than empires. That proof is immortality. Because long after their ruins have turned to dust, long after their names have been forgotten, the story of how you crushed the ultimate monster will still be told. And every telling will end the same way, with their army in ruins, and you standing above it. So now you understand the full picture. You didn't just win a fight. You ended an era. You didn't just destroy a monster. You unmasked an empire. You didn't just scatter an army. You replaced it. And in doing so, you have stepped into a realm few ever reach. The realm where power is not borrowed, not inherited, not gifted, but taken. And once taken, it cannot be stolen back. Their army is finished, their banners are ashes, their monster is dust. All that remains is the echo of your victory, reverberating through every corner they once claimed. And that echo will never fade, because ruins are not just endings, they are monuments, and this monument is yours. The ultimate monster is gone. The entire army is in ruins, and in those ruins, one truth stands eternal: you.